Good morning. It's January 11th, Monday. I'm Jason Stanton. I serve as senior pastor here at First Lutheran in Onalaska, Wisconsin. This is my morning musing for today. I am noticing that tomorrow's January 12th, and over the last decade, I've gotten used to kind of marking this part of the calendar with some grief and also some joy. I think grief and joy are probably two sides of the same coin. It's 11 years ago tomorrow that Haiti was struck with a 7.0 magnitude earthquake, an earthquake that killed, it's an estimate, 250,000 people, injured another 300,000, and among the dead was a friend of mine and a friend of many in our area, Ben Larson. Our congregation experienced the grief from Ben's death vividly, I know, through your pastors at the time who knew Ben well, and obviously our Bishop Emeritus, April Larson, her husband Judd, both of whom are friends of mine. And the little I got to know Ben, he made me so hopeful for the future of the church. And it's not that I don't have any hope for the church left in the wake of his death, but we lost such an amazingly important person of faith with his death. And so I've been musing about Ben, especially since I started singing again his liturgy and worship. This past Sunday, I had the privilege of celebrating communion with many of you as we continue to do online communion through this time of social distance. And in the midst of all that last week was, the genuine, what words, right? I get paid to say words. I don't know what words to put to last week. And not just last week, but it's all, of course, in addition to the 2020 stuff. And when you add it all up, you get nothing. And it just, in the midst of so much uncertainty, so much chaos, all the feelings of wonder, and all the other feelings that you're listing in your head, what a gift it was to hear that liturgy again. A liturgy we have fasted from for most of our COVID time, as we weren't communing for much of the time. And since we were communing, we haven't been using that one. And with Christmas, we started singing this again. And the other thing that really lightened my soul yesterday, Sunday, was not just that time of communion and genuinely feeling connected to my brothers and sisters in Christ. But also we gathered this COVID advisory panel. First Lutheran is blessed with so many members and friends of the congregation who are leaders in our community. Dr. Paul Moling, Dr. Jenny Clevin, Sherry Betts, Tim Smaby, Rick Cornforth, and myself. We sit on some community leadership things, and we have access to information that not everybody does. And yet all of us not only have scientific information or a perspective as a business person or from a faith community, but we also happen to be faithful people of faith. And having that group just have an hour-long conversation about the hopefulness that we really should have, but also the sober hopefulness that we each should have at this moment. It was life-giving to me to hear that, yes, the vaccine genuinely is truly on the way. But even when that happens, we need to remain vigilant, patient, and aware that things aren't just going to return back to normal. All of these things are true, and I think we all know them, but to hear them from voices of local authority, I think it's just a powerful balm to my soul. So as I think of why these thoughts are connected in my head, as I think of a tragedy 11 years ago, and then I saw the seeds that were planted during and after, and even some of the seeds that have been planted before the tragedy happened. And as I experience those seeds continue to bear faithful fruit in my life through something like Ben's liturgy, I also believe that there are seeds being sown now amidst the calamities and stuff that's happening now during this COVID time that will surprisingly sustain and grow us as a community, as individuals, that will grow us all closer to God as the days and weeks, months, and years go by. At least that is my prayer. And so on this Monday, as we start another new week that really, time is meaningless, but time does move forward. As we start a new week, I pray that we would see the dawn breaking. Keep faith alive.